Hi Archers! Today I'm going to show you the new items and weapons as well as tell you what they're all about. They've added 4 new bracelets, 4 new lockets, and 2 new weapons. I don't have all of them at Epic. I've spent the past few days farming and I've also bought a chapter pack because I was desperate and managed to get at least some from there. My name is Teeds and I make many Archero videos. Please do subscribe and click the bell for more Archero content. Huge thanks to Mel and Ben10s from Discord and Ruby from Facebook for sharing their screenshots. I couldn't have made this video without them. Because of their screenshots, I can tell and show you how strong each new item is and what their epic stat bonuses are. First, let's have a look at the new weapons. I haven't tried these weapons yet because I wanted to share this moment with you. We'll start with the Bright Spear. I do have it in its epic form, but I don't have it max, so sorry about that. We're just going to do what we can with it at its current level. The Bright Spear contains immense energy. You're defeated before you know it. It can suddenly attack enemies. The phrase itself sounds kind of funny. Its epic stat is when attacking a similar target, damage dealt will be increased. I have nothing on except the Bright Spear. So we're going to go into a chapter that's probably not too hard because I don't have anything. Maybe we'll try chapter 8 because it's not too bad now. And let's see what this weapon is all about. I'm really excited. I haven't tried it yet. We have Ricochet, Bouncy Wall, and Freeze. We'll grab Ricochet. Hopefully it doesn't change anything about the weapon. I'm curious to know what it means by can suddenly attack enemies. Okay, so we have the bees. Oh, what? Wait. That is so cool. Okay, I think that's what it looks like without Ricochet. I was not expecting that for a spear. That is so interesting. Okay, we'll try and get to the boss to see. It's really hard to... I don't know how to start a set with this weapon yet. Oh, it does a lot of damage though. Oh, because I'm attacking similar targets? 4392. Oh, it doesn't do it for that one. But that was a crit. I have to write down the numbers. I can't do it in this gameplay, but... That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that is... Sorry. I have like no ways to express my excitement other than, oh my gosh, that is so cool. It feels really strong though. Like, I am a Death Scythe main. So this is very, very interesting. But because its damage supposedly increases when attacking similar targets, it would be good for like bosses that, I have said this in my previous videos before, it'd be good against like, for example, this map is really good for it. And it would be good against bosses that spawn things like the bee boss or the rock bosses and stuff like that. Okay, I think we're nearly up to the... I'm impressed. I am very, very impressed with this weapon. I don't know if it's strong. I don't know which is the stronger of the two. I will do a weapon comparison in the future between the new weapons. But I already like the feeling of it over my Death Scythe. I was getting pretty bored with my Death Scythe. Oh, let's see what it looks like with Front Arrow. Oh, it's just double of it, but still looks really cool. Okay, the next one is the boss. Let's see how we go there, and then we'll go to the next weapon. I don't know how to start a set with it. I think the attack animation is a lot faster than the Death Scythe. So it feels very fast. It feels very strange and fast. I wonder, actually. I wonder if the damage will actually, because it's a long line, I wonder if it will hit enemies that are in between the lines, but you can't attack enemies that are behind you. But yeah. Okay, so that was the first weapon. Now let's check out the Stalker Staff, the staff of all staffs. No one can escape. The bullets will follow enemies and attack. The epic stat is the lower the target's HP, the higher the crit rate. Same go as the previous weapon. I don't have this one at epic, I only have a rare. I just need one more rare to make it epic, but that might be a long time. We might do an easier chapter because it's a level 10 rare, so maybe level 6, chapter 6. We'll see how we go in chapter 6 with the Stalker Staff. So multi-shot, holy touch, and bolt. We'll pick multi-shot. I do think that will make it look a lot stronger than it actually is because multi-shot is just an OP ability. But I'm really, really interested in this weapon because the crit rate does get higher the lower the target's HP, which means I wonder if it will stack with crit. It probably will. Oh, that is really interesting. It is like a missile. Oh, it does miss though. You can miss. I didn't know you could miss with this weapon. I have seen some little snippets of gameplay here and there with this weapon. I do like the feeling of the spear more though. It's cool that this is like a little homing thing, and it does feel very strong. But I find the spear so much more fun. I don't know. It's only just the first gameplay with this though. I do want to try out both weapons extensively just to see which one is actually better in terms of feeling. But right now, I like the bright spear better. If any of you guys have tried both weapons, please let me know what you think feels a lot better. But I do like this weapon better than my Death Scythe and any other weapon I've used previously. It does feel a little bit clunky though, I will say, but it's probably because I have no experience in stutter stepping with it. I'm gonna get the crit because that might stack with its lower HP thing, which will be interesting against bosses because they get lower over time more slowly. So we'll try and get to the boss here to see how it is with the boss. But this weapon, oh, it does glitch as well, I think. People were talking about that there is a little glitch with this weapon, is that sometimes they don't attack. So you could see that one animation I have there, I don't fire anything. So they should fix that, hopefully. It feels very slow though. It's definitely not as fast as the spear. It's very slow, but it could be because that one attack at the start is glitched out. See, it does a pause there, which it shouldn't do that. We're up to the boss. I have picked up side arrows. I want to see if all the arrows will go to the boss. Oh, they don't. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so it's not exactly, a homing. You have to, it's kind of like it. I was actually right about this one thing. I did suspect that this ability would be similar to the purple orb mage in my, when the announcement was first made. And it does kind of act like that in terms of the like the little C, because the purple orb mage, its orbs are also like a little homing thing as well. I'm not looking at the crits here, but it does feel very strong. I did kill this enemy really fast. Okay. Alright. That was the gameplay for both of the weapons. I do like the Bright Spear so far a lot better, but I think they are both actually stronger than our previous weapons, which kind of sucks because a lot of us have probably invested a lot into the previous weapons. Okay, on to the bracelets. We have 4 new bracelets in the game. All the bracelets have an epic stat where you gain plus 15% crit damage. They also have a special ability that will apply at the beginning of every level. First, we have the Split Bracelet, containing a copy. Brings out a copy when enemies spawn. At Epic, it summons 1 clone to help in your battle, lasting 7 seconds. The common tier of this bracelet, however, only has a clone that lasts for 4 seconds. I do not know the stats for every tier, so it is something to keep in mind. Then we have the Thunder Bracelet, containing thunder. Brings down the wrath upon your enemies. At Epic, it strikes thunder on 5 to 8 enemies. Damage amount is random. Then we have the Frozen Bracelet, containing ice, freezes enemies on the spot. At Epic, it randomly freezes 4 to 6 enemies for 2.2 seconds. Blazing Bracelet, contains fire, burns enemies while they're alive. At Epic, it burns 3 random enemies lasting 2 seconds. Out of the 4 bracelets, I can't say which is the strongest as I don't have the exact damage values. The Frozen Bracelet is nice because it does freeze enemies right as you enter the room, and this goes for bosses as well, which means that you can get a few shots in before the boss starts attacking. That can make a huge difference in your boss fights. There is a con though, and it's that freeze can throw off the animation for some monsters, particularly Chapter 11 where monsters attack at the same time. Blazing and Thunder are both damage based. What's very interesting about the Thunder Bracelet is that the damage is random, which means it can be high or low. I can't say which is the strongest between the two just yet, but these would be head to head. I found the Split Bracelet very underwhelming. It's just your basic clone which can miss attacks because it's pretty slow, and I'm not a huge fan of the clones in general, especially since it's just 1 clone. What was nice about the clone abilities is that it could summon more than 1, and it's much more valuable stacked up together rather than just 1 clone doing damage, which I don't find worth it. And then we have the Lockets. The Lockets share a universal epic bonus where there is a chance of the Angel healing you double the amount, plus 30%. I think this means it's a 30% chance of it happening. First, we have the Bulletproof Locket, crafted with bulletproof in mind to reduce projectile damage. At Epic, projectile damage increased 20% when HP is lower than 20%. I think it's supposed to be decreased and not increased. Agile Locket, created with agility to dodge enemies easily. At Epic, when HP is lower than 20%, dodge increases by 15%. Iron Locket, engraved with iron to reduce damage from contact with enemies. At Epic, when HP is lower than 20%, damage dealt by bumping into enemies is reduced by 20%. And lastly, Angel Locket. The description is wrong for Epic, it's the same as Bulletproof Locket, but the correct description is blessed by the angels to be invincible in times of despair. At Epic, there's a 25% chance to revive and be invincible for 2 seconds when dying, available once only. With these 4, in my opinion, I think the Angel Locket is really strong when it works. If you do get the revive from Angel Locket, you do not get all of your health back. However, it does give you a second chance or third. The Angel Locket does stack with the revive or free revive and extra life. This means with the Angel Locket equipped, there is a small chance to revive 3 times in the same run. It is pretty rare as extra life is already hard to come by and it is only a 25% chance at Epic, but it's still a chance worth considering. The other locket that I consider very strong is the Agile Locket. Increases your dodge by 15% when your HP is lower than 20%. I am a Serpent Ring / Verse of Dexterity main. I love dodge. It's helped me so much with the hardest chapters I've ever been through, especially with the chapter 11 bosses. Sometimes I dodge their attacks 5 times in a row. The longest streak I've had is around 8 times, which is in chapter 7 with the end boss. So imagine stacking Serpent Ring, Verse of Dexterity, all the dodge abilities, and Angel's Locket. If you're using Meowgic, that's an extra 5% dodge at level 40, and an extra 10% dodge if you're using Roller at max level. Bulletproof Locket would be next. Projectile damage is what we're trying to avoid most of the time, so it's a good defense locket if you're taking continuous damage and you don't want to rely on dodge. This can also stack with certain characters. I think Iron Locket is the weakest. Collision damage should be the easiest to avoid in my opinion, but I can see it working for tornado users who have no knockback on their weapons. It can also help with bosses that do a lot of collision damage, such as the Scythe Mage boss. This is just my opinion though. Collision damage is the least source of damage I take in my runs. I do love all the items. It kind of sucks that the pool has been increased by a lot now, so it is harder to get the things that you want, but it is a lot of mix and matching that has been added into the game, which I absolutely love. Some items work better with other items, and some items work better with different heroes. That is all for today's video. I hope this video has given you some insight on what the epic stats are for the items, so you know which one you want to work towards too. Let me know what you think is the best for your playstyle and what your dream gear loadout is. I thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe and click the bell. I will be looking into these items in depth in the future, and I am working on a Meowgic guide at the moment, but there is a current ability glitch with Meowgic and Rage, which is important for the video, so hopefully they will fix it soon. Any likes and comments would be super rad. I hope to see you again for the next one. Bye!